Have you ever heard your own voice and thought, absolutely not. But if I waited until I liked myself on camera, I may never hit record. And that's kind of the trap. We think documenting our lives requires confidence, when it's really how you find it. When I first got into photography YouTube, I noticed a pattern. A charming man, perfectly lit top-down shot of a lens being unboxed. And listen, I love that. I aspire to that level of neatness. But I never saw someone like me. Someone who loved photography and doubted themselves constantly. Someone whose creative process looked less like a montage and more like mild confusion. For a while, I thought that meant there wasn't space for me. But turns out, that's the whole point. Every video has been done before. Every idea has been explored, but not by you. That's what authenticity actually means. Not saying something new, but saying something true. When you make something that feels honest, someone out there will see themselves in it. And that's the quiet miracle of documenting your life. You find your voice, and in doing so, someone else finds theirs.
The f2L lens. I'm getting attacked by leaves, but if you're thinking about woodlands, landscape, fuck.
And speaking of voice, I didn't expect mine to literally change, because apparently talking to a camera every week rewires your brain. You start hearing yourself, really hearing yourself, and thinking, do I always sound like a sleep-deprived NPR host? But somewhere between the awkward pauses and bad takes, I started recognizing myself. Not the self I thought I should be, just me.
Look at that awful posture.
That's what documentation does. It teaches you self-awareness. You document to understand how you see the world, and in the process, you learn how to show up in it. YouTube has been my accidental practice ground for becoming a person who can finish a sentence. When I started, I spoke like someone being chased by their own anxiety. Every sentence ended with or like or a nervous laugh. And now it's slightly better.
So it's my last night in Amsterdam, and I've been at this hostel for 2 days. I just realized I've been going to the men's toilet the entire time. I couldn't read the signs, which is probably a metaphor for my whole life.
It's progress disguised as cringe, and that's what creating is. An archive of your awkwardness. Proof that you were trying to grow. Most people never hear themselves speak, and when you finally do, you will cringe so hard, your soul will leave your body. You'll definitely think, is that how I really sound? And the worst part is, yeah, it is. You can practice your way toward the person you want to sound like. That's what I love about documenting. It's humbling, it's brutal. It exposes you and it teaches you to stand there anyway. Every upload, every journal entry, every photo, it's you trying again. You learn your rhythm, your voice steadies, and you start to sound less like someone pretending to be confident and more like someone who knows they're not, but speaks anyway. And that's the difference. Finding your voice doesn't mean you feel ready. It just means you've run out of excuses not to start. If you don't like a focal length, don't force yourself. Sell the goddamn thing.
You know, like if you have shower thoughts?
Yeah.
That's basically it. I had car thoughts. Which I imagine you probably have way more often because you're never driving, right?
Yep.
Who is traveling? Is it the camera or is it me?
My first video on YouTube was my solo trip to Norway. I filmed half of it on my phone and half of it on my Canon R6 because I thought mixing bad footage with good footage would kind of average it out, but it didn't. Any footage I shot with my Canon R6 was shot in log and I had no clue how to color grade, but I was gonna figure it out.
It's like 5:45 in the morning and I'm doing exactly what I've always wanted to do, which is go out really early, take photos. It's really interesting traveling solo. I can wake up anytime I want, go out and shoot anytime I want, and it feels so nice to be alone in your thoughts and hear them, play it at volume 10.
And if I had waited until I knew what I was doing, I wouldn't have made that video at all. And I wouldn't have something to look back on and see how far I've come. And that's the irony of documenting. You want to wait until life looks presentable, but the act of documenting is what makes it become presentable. eventually. There's a fine line between preparation and procrastination. One moves you forward and the other convinces you that movement is too risky. You might say, I'll start when I've got a better camera, or when I learn to edit properly. But most of the time, what we actually mean is, I'm scared. And that's okay. Fear is part of the process. But so is courage. And courage looks a lot like shaky footage, bad lighting, terrible audio. And the truth is that you will never feel ready. Not your first video, not your 10th, not your 50th.
Want to come in?
The trick is to do it anyway, to make something before it feels meaningful, and let meaning catch up later on. Because at some point, you stop asking, is this good enough? And start asking, what will I learn from this one? And that's where growth happens. Not in perfection, but in the repetition of trying.
Doing a little vlog. I don't really know what I'm going to really capture. My day is just really eating. I'm not really sure. I don't have a plan. I don't think I ever have a plan for these things, but I just know that I should just start documenting so that if I do end up documenting throughout the day, I will have a vlog. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm proud of this little corner of the internet that I've built, where I get to try again with every new video I create. It has led me to connect with people I never thought I'd meet. And if you have ever doubted yourself as a photographer or a creator, I get it. You might think that there's no room left, or that your voice doesn't fit the mold. But remember that creativity is making it for yourself. Documenting your life is how you can step back and see, for your future self, how far you've come.